Hi guys, welcome to the Robinson launch stream. It's celebration. Today we launch Robin on the Journey for PSVR. I'm Bastian Thun, community manager for Robin's on the Journey. And today with me is my lovely co-host Angela. You
Hello.
don't like sunlight, Angela? It's not real sunlight, it's
No.
just artificial light, it's fine.
I know, but still, it gets kind of bright.
She's PR manager for Crytek, and
Yeah.
you might have seen her some videos, interviews and stuff.
Yeah, some of you might remember me from CryEngine as well. I was the community manager before and did some live streams, and I've also been in Warface a couple times, but don't tell anybody.
What? Why? Warface is great.
Because I'm really bad. I'm just really bad at it, so I make
That's
it for
fine.
myself each time.
So today we have a 2-hour stream celebrating the launch of Robin on the Journey. We will play the game. We have some special guests in here today in the show. We kick off the show with 2 lovely guests. It's Elijah, executive producer for Robin on the Journey in Crytek. Hi Elijah.
Howdy everyone.
Tell the audience something about yourself.
Let's see, I'm the executive producer on Robinson and a couple other games here at Crytek, and I've been in the industry about 17, 18 years.
I still had hair back then.
So did I.
So, executive producer, that's an important role, right? So you're important.
Well, I'm at the top of the importance heap. No, I'm just one of the other guys that are wrangling and solving problems.
Okay.
He's also the
sounds
guy
great.
who gets like 1,000 emails each day.
At least.
At least, yeah. At the very least.
So we have another important person with us today. It's Fatih, or also called infamous in the internet under the name Fate.
Of course. I love that.
I know you hate me, right?
No, I love that. I got used to it.
Producer for Robin on the Journey in Crytek.
Correct.
So what's your job? What's your role?
Well, together with Elijah, we oversee actually the development process. We make sure, we oversee the creative and technical development of this game, right? We make sure the game is in quality and in time by balancing, of course, the budget.
He's being very humble, but he's actually the gears that make this whole thing work.
That sounds super important though.
Oh yes, it's been a fun joy, and I can't wait to see people's reaction. I'm
Yeah.
following actively what people write about the game, and so far I really enjoy what people wrote.
Yeah, some people might have tuned in who have never played the game. Others had maybe like the chance to play the actual release version or to play it during Gamescom, E3 or other events. So I'm curious. Chat, please feel free. We have a producer and executive producer here on the show. We will obviously play some Robinson today, but feel free to bomb us with questions in chat. It's Angela's responsibility to watch over you guys, so be nice.
Behave.
Behave. Give us all the nice questions. So, with that being said, I think I do the funny part of the stream and just play the game for a bit, and you guys entertain our guests.
Fair enough.
You're gonna play for 2 hours?
I think I will give you the headset at some point.
Okay.
We'll see. Maybe I'm so comfy, so happy with just playing the game that I'm like out for the next 2 hours and you guys like run the show.
I've
fine for
gotten
me.
pretty good at fishing, let me say.
I'm not, so
You're
I
not?
might. We will see.
I
Are
see
you-
the first challenge here.
You know, a lot of people I've been hearing, a lot of people are spending a lot of time playing hoops, which is kind of bizarre. You know, it's something we just kind of put in there, and everybody's like, hey, I spent this amount of time shooting hoops. Little
See you
they know,
later,
there's
guys.
actually a whole bunch of interesting other things hidden in the game that a lot of people haven't found yet.
Actually, Basti, before you start, do you want to mention which languages this game supports?
Oh yeah, sure, shoot.
So you're going to play in English, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, so the supported languages of Robin's on the Journey are actually English, French, German, Italian, Spanish, and Japanese. These are the languages because this was one of the questions people asked recently. So to give context, so that people know.
So, just in this room, we have English, German,
Turkish.
Turkish, and Spanish.
That's correct.
One each.
Multicultural company. There we go. Actually, within our team,
See you later, guys.
we have about
I'm
20
out.
different nationalities.
Yeah.
Just in our team. And company-wide, I guess it's 40 plus nations, right?
That makes discussions very interesting.
Yeah, true.
At least email communication is in English, otherwise I don't speak German, so that would be a bit rough. Do you speak German, Elijah?
I can order a beer. That's about it.
That's the most important part.
But
also,
then I can do that in 17 languages. So it's-
Also in Turkish?
no, I actually haven't
There we go.
spoken in Turkish yet.
Oh, somebody's asking about the trophies for PlayStation.
So we have in total 31 trophies. and of course one being the Platinum Trophy. And I know that people were curious why they were not unlocked. Now they should be, so people should see their trophy unlocks on the PSN. Yeah, that should be happening right now. Look at it. We have some really funny trophies, by the way, but not spoiling any trophies here.
Right, right.
No spoilers. Not yet.
There's a lot of internal humor in the game that I think a lot of people are unaware of. But it's just like any other development team. As we're developing it, as we're making it, that people throw their own personalities into certain aspects of it, which you'll see throughout the game.
Elijah, do you know what Higgs stands for?
Yes, I do.
Okay, give me that explanation.
It's highly intelligent gyroscopic system. What?
Sphere?
Scanner.
Yes,
Scanner.
I thought it meant orb.
Oh, guys, Bonnie is watching.
Hi,
Bonnie.
Bonnie.
Hey, Bonnie.
Bonnie is our brand manager, and she's on holiday right now, and she's watching from Korea. So do you guys know what time is it in Korea right now?
Either late morning or late evening.
Okay.
Well,
So
which is
it's
morning.
not like 4 a.m. And she's like, hi
It's
guys.
midnight. There we go. Wow. And Laika, you want to give context where this name came from?
Yeah, I think a lot of people can figure this one out. It was the first dog into space. It was a Russian cosmonaut, if you will.
Correct.
Little did I know that Fatih was going to grill me when I got on here.
That's pop quiz from Party.
Do you know where the popcorn machine came from, Elijah? What popcorn machine? Interesting.
Do you know what Easter eggs? No.
Yeah, I do know some of these trades because you sent me a list.
Nice.
Okay, Bonnie confirms it's after midnight. So
Whoa.
thanks, Bonnie.
She also says she's drinking
So,
a lot.
Basti, what you see right now is actually the rescue pod that Robin crash landed on this unknown planet filled with mystery and dinosaurs, of course. And he, arranged it to be his home. As you can see, there are a lot of things he collected, and he made it a bit more like his living slash sleeping room, if you will.
Give us all the details, guys.
Yeah, we should probably give you some context as to why he's in this pod in the first place. So Robin is a boy who, he's not just an ordinary boy. He was kind of set off on a mission with his parents, who are somewhat scientists, and they were set out on a ship across the universe to kind of colonize a planet. So he's kind of grown up planning to be this person that's going to be able to colonize. Anyways, as they come into the space area, around the planet, they crash land on the planet due to some catastrophic mishaps on the ship. Now, when this happens, Higgs ushers him to a pod, and they jettison the ship and come landing down the planet. And he finds out the planet's full of dinosaurs, and basically all he has with him is robot Higgs. And anyways, this is the beginning of the story, right? And this is why he has kind of a unusual knowledge of things and the ability to do a lot more than your average 12-year-old.
Has he built that robot arm?
Well, he found it and collected it, I will say. But do me a favor, go to the other table again.
That kind of looks like my desk.
And then just lean forward to look at the canned foods there.
Right.
Actually, they are branded with names of our teammates.
Right,
You can say Moon Bar, which is Johannes Stamm, which is one of the PMs of this project, and then Turgut and so on. So there are a lot of names. There are a lot of branding happening with the names of the team.
There's an incredible amount of detail in that game, right? So when it comes to brands and all that stuff you guys designed, your team, to make this world believable.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of feeling from the team that's gone into this. I mean, normally you wouldn't put that kind of level of detail into it unless you really care about something. So these guys have spent an inordinate amount of time making sure that the detail matters to those that were developing it.
Dusty, do you know what DSF stands for?
No, tell me. I should know, right?
You should know.
Shame.
Deep Exploration Space Vehicle.
Sure. I knew that.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's why you see the branding everywhere. It's like a NASA style branding.
Are that soda cans?
These are juice containers.
Yes. Sorted. So long gaming nights, all done. We have all we need.
Look at that. There's like a little a keychain, a little Higgs keychain.
That's what I really love about VR, that you can do stuff like this. It's amazing.
You can also turn it on if you push the buttons right there. No, I'm just teasing.
Okay, I think it's time. A lot of details to explore, guys. So you guys, when you play the game, find the details. Maybe tell us what your favorite details are. And there's a lot of stuff we haven't shown you yet. So try to find every single small bits and piece. So let's go out.
So guys, can you tell us a bit about the hardware we're using right now?
We're using right now
Seamless transition.
a dev kit, actually, a PS4 dev kit.
Just normal PS4.
Yes.
Okay.
But that is like basically 100% the standard PS4 hardware,
Yes,
right?
that's correct.
Yeah.
It's just the difference between dev kit and the retailer kit is that you can debug stuff.
Yeah.
That's the only difference.
And the resolution, I mean, you can vouch for this, but the resolution is just absolutely so good. Couldn't get any better. And I'd have to say that can be attributed to the incredible technical team and the artists that we have working on this. It just looks really good. We were happy with the result. That's to say the least.
Yeah, and it looks brilliant. The thing is, like I always used to say with VR, you have to try to on your own. Like you can show the most brilliant quality 2D trailers on YouTube, whatever, but experiencing that in VR for yourself is a completely different story. It's brilliant.
Now, if you look out there on the horizon, that's the Esmeralda, or a chunk of the Esmeralda. This is a ship that's 30 kilometers, so you're just seeing a small piece of it. But you can imagine how big that is, and that was where Robin was. That was his home prior to it crash landing on the planet. He's got to make it over there and see what else is going on, but it's kind of hard to get from here to there when it's full of dinosaurs that could see him as a snack.
Ah, come on, it's maybe like 200 kilometers over.
How fast are you? That's not fast enough, son.
No. So we get a lot of questions usually about like what kind of movement, what kind of various types of locomotion you have into the game. Maybe it's a good chance to just display it live.
Actually, I will let this to Niklas and Niels, who will be your next guest, I guess. But I
that's
just
a good
want to
idea.
give context. So the movement scheme you see right now is really something we tested for hours and hours and hours with internal and external people. I mean, we had a demo at E3, we had a demo at Gamescom, and the feedback of the people have been always positive. And we believe the movement scheme you have in the game is comfortable for the majority of the people. And of course, it won't solve it for everybody. We know that.
Yeah, and there's some options in there where you're allowed to kind of adjust the game to your play style. But in all reality, the preset is for the majority.
Yeah.
I actually don't advise messing with it, but hey,
Unless you have like VR experience and
Yeah.
you
Yes.
want to customize the movement schema. here and
That is something I noticed for myself because naturally I spend a lot of time playing VR games and our own as well as other VR games. And when it comes to this nausea topic, I realized that after a while, like I nearly don't have nausea issues at all, no matter what games I play, because I played that so much. So that is something keep in mind, guys, when you're completely new to VR and no matter what kind of demo game you play, you feel a little bit uncomfy, give it a chance, take your time, take a break or rest, and just try it again. It will get better.
Actually, funny enough, Elijah and Elena and myself, we get easily sick when it comes to like VR experiences. So the team made use of us to test certain stuff on us. So yeah, my first few experiences in VR weren't that great actually.
All the nice prototypes.
But hey, you do everything for this team, man. So
Yeah, in general, they would say, "Wow, this looks really messed up." Hey, and they'd call one of us and to try this, guys, and we'd be sick, and out for the rest of the day. So this is truly.
You got it right
you
on the
pimped your
first
Higgs,
try.
I see.
Wow.
He needs bling bling, he needs a gold chain or something.
Unbelievable.
So we have some
Oh, he likes
questions about the PlayStation Pro. But we have some other guests
Yeah.
coming later, and we're gonna leave those ones for the more technical-minded people.
Yes.
So stick here for a few minutes, and you'll get your answers.
Oh, I have to wait. Limited.
What's the question?
Well, differences between the PlayStation and the PS Pro, that kind of stuff.
How have you managed to do this? Like seriously?
Well, actually, if you pay
How?
close attention to what Higgs tells you, you know the reason. So Higgs is there actually to guide you a little bit through this experience, and he gives you hints and the next goals, if you will. So it's really worth to pay close attention to what he says. Most people don't do it actually, like you do. You also ignore it.
No, he's like talking all the time, and it's like, oh, be careful here,
Hey,
be careful that, etc.
He's your best buddy. Just saying.
Just saying. You are all alone
So.
in the universe.
Do you need a hand, Basti?
It seems like you need to wait until it recharges, right?
No, actually, what you have to do is you have to solve a puzzle
Yeah.
first.
To turn on the generator.
Exactly,
Yep.
because as you see, it has this red blinking light there, so it's not supplied with power. So
Red, bad. Green,
I would
good.
say go back to the river.
Huh.
Apparently, you know, Robin.
I mean, I'm totally pretending to play that game for the first time, right? So
Well-
this is a puzzle game, right? So
Correct.
it's not only about exploration.
Well, it's exploration, it's puzzle solving, it's if you will a spirit of survival. Even you have to outsmart some dangerous creatures. It's scanning and cataloging the fauna
No.
and flora. It's a combination of this.
But he's trying to give a proper explanation and you're just throwing stuff at Higgs.
Basti, I can tell you are not making friends here.
First of all, putting the hat on Higgs was the first thing that.
We don't need them anymore, right?
He's gonna go howl on you like, yeah, sorry, you're staying here forever.
I know that we're waiting for some technical feedback, but I mean, just basically, if someone's waiting and they may jump offline, the difference between the PS4 Pro and the PS4 is a significant amount of processing power on the GPU. So the CPU is overclocked, and those are the technical things that these guys can get into. But in general, you're going to be able to see things like higher texture resolutions on the PS4 Pro.
Basti, actually, what you did now is you just switched to Higgs view.
Yeah.
That's how we call it. So Higgs is there actually, as I said, to guide you through this experience, but also helps you to solve some puzzles. So, as I said, pay close attention to what he says, and also make use of Higgs because
I will
sometimes
try.
he's helpful.
I love that model view, by the way.
By the way,
this
what you
a
did is
great
just to
way
give context here. There is a source of energy. You just beamed it around the place or the area.
He's oblivious to what you're saying.
I see.
But
He
he's like-
ignores me.
I have no idea what
I
I've
got
done,
this.
but it's
Esmeralda
green
is
now, and green
pretty.
is good, right?
Green is good, yes.
Perfect.
The view is
All the
pretty.
context I need.
Yeah, but now you have to fish, and you didn't even play basketball.
Yeah.
Come on, Basti.
Oh my god, I can play basketball?
Yeah.
With Higgs, right?
No.
And
Leave
is-
Higgs alone.
he is good at defense, though. It always seems to be in your way.
There are questions apparently.
Yeah, there are questions. Oops. Just still in. Okay, where is this game? Well, depends on where you live. There are.
Unknown planet filled with mystery and dinosaurs.
Yeah. So what's the
No,
question?
the question
Geographically, where's that? Or where's it
No,
available?
where can you buy it? Where it's available?
Oh, well, the official release date is for North America. It's today, November 8th.
Yep.
And I know there are a lot of people asking for where the game is, and we know
Come
there is a
on.
PSN issue at the moment. Sony is looking into that, and it will release officially tomorrow in the European zone,
Yep.
and sometime soon in Japan.
Good.
Pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can also go to, Amazon and pick it up, or one of those types of.
Basti, you're doing it wrong. You don't have to move the lure. Have you ever
What?
fished?
Yes,
Have
you
you ever
have to
fished in-
move a little bit,
No,
and then you roll it
this-
in. The fish zipline thingy.
Actually, there are multiple ways
Bastian,
to fish.
game.
But
It's a game.
yeah, Basti, just a hint. There are multiple ways to fish. Actually, multiple
I don't
tools
need
as
it.
well.
I'm fine.
You won't
I'm
unlock that.
fine. Famous last words. I'm fine, guys.
I think
So
Angela,
you-
you
you-
should take
So you
control.
know
You're better
you
than
can
that.
take the two triggers and put them together, and it moves it in and out.
you put
Correct.
it in the basket.
But I need to recharge my battery. What a mess.
You should maybe give basketball a try. Maybe that's the kind of.
No, I want fish now.
Okay.
Okay, then let me give you a recommendation. Hold it still. And don't drop it. Hold it still.
They'll put it in the
Yeah.
water.
Wait.
Bring it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. you
Wait
go.
there. Wait.
Be patient, boss.
They are
They're all
spoiled.
coming at once.
And now shredder.
Oh my gosh! I've never actually
No!
seen it catch two.
Uh-oh, you just misses it.
So the problem is, I can only levitate non-organic
That's
Yes.
true.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I'm terribly sorry, but I have the feeling you're going to waste.
Kane is dying.
You've
I
killed,
feel really sorry
You
now.
you've
broke
killed two fish
Kane.
for your entertainment. What
Look at
is?
that big one. Oh my god. Look, I'm a teenager boy, right? We
Fair
do
enough.
sometimes do horrible stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you can also use those as hats as well.
The fish hat?
Yeah, of course.
And the basket.
No, of course not.
So come on.
The basket you can
No wait,
use.
I put the basket on Higgs, and he looked really weird.
No.
That actually hit Higgs.
I
Ah.
want tasty fish now.
Any more questions?
Come.
More questions? Nothing yet. Some people made a comment about the screenshots and how they looked incredible. The answer is yes, they do.
So something interesting that most people
Go.
don't know is that we have an industrial designer on our
Bye-bye.
team.
Oh
Oh,
my
there you go. You
God.
got a.
That
you
is
got a fish.
horrible.
That is horrible.
That is
If you listen
horrible.
closely, you can hear his screams.
Poor fishes.
No, wait, no,
Seriously,
pick,
Elijah?
pick up. No, I'm just joking. Pick up the cube and look at it. Turn it over and over. Sometimes.
Sometimes it has.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep turning. No, turn it sideways. Sometimes you can see an eyeball.
It's true.
No.
Yeah.
Not this one. You like that.
Now eat it.
You.
Hey,
Oh, tasty, right?
Tasty.
well, after you've been on this planet for a while, it's
Well-
actually looking good. It's a sushi cube.
So
Yeah. So
put it in the pan.
some of the things people don't know is we have an industrial designer on our team. So a lot of these machines and a lot of the items that you've seen, he's actually thought through how you build it. Like for instance, Higgs there's a if you look on the site, there's a breakdown of how Higgs actually functions in a theoretical way, right?
Bye fish.
They're still there.
By the way, you still didn't free Laika.
What?
I
Ah, there was something, right?
Oh yes.
Wait.
Yeah, the whole point of the
You're not
puzzle.
going to waste.
You're not going to waste.
Ah, going to waste. Whatever, I tried. Now it's time to free Laika.
Mm-hmm.
Did you spot the tic-tac-toe game you can play? You cannot. There is a lot of to explore even just around
Yes.
the pot. Just mentioning this because a few people found it actually. It's funny.
I only found out about the
Like
tic-tac-toe last week.
So
Aw.
now that you have the power, you can move it. Yeah. See. Dun, dun, dun.
Aw.
I guess you need to take a step either to the left or back so that she can get out.
And point somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
There you
No,
go.
move the box a bit more. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes she doesn't like it. No.
No.
To the other side. Other right.
Oh, I'm sorry, Laika. I'm just kidding. I'm horrible to my cats usually.
That says a lot.
Not horrible. I mean, just make fun of them.
You haven't played basketball yet.
Aw.
Just saying.
So one of the things, and I'm probably crossing over a whole bunch of different areas that will get discussed today, but one of the things is this kind of the layout of the game was designed in kind of a linear fashion in terms of art direction, right? They wanted the first area to feel lit and happy and you know, so that you felt welcome, and it was a good place to start understanding the mechanics of the game, and lots of gameplay, lots of little individual pieces of the gameplay happen here. And
Oh, no.
that said, once you move on, as you start going deeper and deeper into the game, which is non-linear after this first section, it gets a bit darker and a bit more moody, and you get a different sense of what the planet's really like.
And on top of that, what Elijah said, so we have self-contained levels, but the progression is up to you. After you are used to or introduced to the core mechanics, you can visit any location in the order you want. There are just a few linear sections, if you will, but they are there to drive the narrative design or narrative element of this game.
That was a big moment.
You can try to scan it, but they're really hard to scan.
Yeah.
They run away from you. It's like, ugh.
So
Be happy that scanning isn't enabled yet, because as soon as I can scan, I would scan everything.
So where is like
Oh.
Come, Laika.
There are actually some voice commands if you say them directly into the screen.
Into the screen.
Go on, Laika. Well, we're playing hide and seek, so the game is said I have to.
I just wonder if I can get him to talk to the controller.
Come on.
Yeah, to be fair, that was one of the things that we considered as having voice commands, but because it's part of what's available.
Aww.
So you found it.
And actually, as you realized, Hex is commenting on what you do. He just gave you hints like warmer, colder, blah blah. So he's there really to help you. He's your narrator. Is that how it's called? Narrator?
Yeah, narrative.
Okay, cool. So this is. What is this, Basti? How is this component called? Do you know that at least? It's called Infotarium.
Exactly, it's an important feature of the game. And I like it.
Actually,
I like it.
Because you can scan everything, and it's getting into the infotarium, and I'm this kind of jerk who's just like reading that stuff all the time and tries to complete it.
as you scan Higgs units, like the broken Higgs units, aka black boxes, and communicators, aka gray boxes, you get more information about the planet itself, the life of the people on Esmeralda, and so on. So it's really the narrative element that you get access to.
So you're inside Higgs' brain right now.
That's how Higgs' brain works.
I'm trying to read Higgs' brain. 1024 bytes. Storm? Snowstorm? You know what? I leave it to a community to encrypt all that stuff. Snowball? Device. System.
Clever.
It's not
is
only
it
ones
a
and
code
zeros
or
for Higgs.
something?
So guys, congratulations on the great experience and also the review so far.
Cool.
Scan
Thanks a
them.
lot.
much.
Good job.
Thank you. Scan everything.
Actually,
Everything.
let's see if you manage to scan
Got
like.
it.
No, skip!
Yeah.
Seriously!
Actually, scanning the long necks is the most challenging part of scanning.
Laika.
They
Yeah,
are
I actually
infinite.
I actually-
Infinite.
They're really. It takes time to scan them.
I jumped on his back and actually
In one of the levels in Target.
yeah, that's how I scanned him.
Becca. Good. I think we need to keep going, right?
So
You gave up.
You realize that when you scan the red dots, you fail.
Yes, I realized that.
So-
Thank you.
Cool. Captain Obvious here.
I don't want to say you're a
Once-
quitter, but you are kind of a quitter.
I'm a quitter?
Yeah, you didn't scan like a
If you guys would enjoy me watching myself scanning for the next 1.5 hours free, okay.
If you call her, sometimes she stays a bit more chill. But sometimes she sneezes as well, and it's like, there she is. Nope, never mind.
Yeah, there we go.
You got her, yeah.
Now go to Infotarium. Yep. So it's,
Bam.
Go to creatures.
Oh, look at it.
so by the way, when you, just go one step back. So when you scan an animal, they get unlocked here, right? And you see the two that are unlocked already, Laika and the Tyrannosaurus, they're golden already. So sometimes you have, first, if there is an amount of scans you have to do, there are first static images, and as you complete them, as they become golden, they become more dynamic. So like
They
T-Rex,
animate.
Yeah, they animate. This is actually really cool in VR to look at.
Right. Yeah, you can get really close and see all the detail.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a bit more context. As an example, this is on diet apparently. Diet is what?
It's carnivorous.
Carnivores. Yeah. You get information about
12 meters,
its
Tyrannosaur.
attitude and whatnot. And what it
Grasslands.
likes to eat.
Grasslands, tropical, and subtropical rainforest. That's where I'm from. I am a T-Rex.
A very small one.
That explains a lot.
That
explains a lot.
Females of the species are generally larger, stronger, and more aggressive. Wait, Laika?
Wait, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Maybe Hicks was right. Wait a second. Laika,
So
show me
Vasti,
your teeth.
Vasti, I
Yes.
hear that we might have something for the viewers later. Some giveaway.
Oh, yeah.
or- mm.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have a hat today.
But I'm busy right now scanning stuff. No, we, as we are like in a proper launch celebration, we will give out some codes for Robert on the Journey on PSN Store later on. So, guys, if you keep watching and follow the show, you have a chance to win your copy of Robinson. To scan all the stuff,
Scan everything.
all of it. Wait, I forgot. Like, what?
Call like over there. Let's get this gate down so we can move on.
Elijah's had enough of you
It's like,
fooling
I'm
around.
done. I am done.
You know what? It's interesting is you know, we've heard a lot of people questioning the time that you can spend in this game. To be honest with you, he hasn't even done half of the things right here in this
okay.
level.
Show me your
You know,
teeth.
a lot of times people spend hours
Show me your
right
teeth.
here.
Show me your.
Like the basketball. I've been
Yeah,
thinking about the basketball
go to
all
the
day.
All right, come on. You got, at least got to shoot a couple
Okay.
of those, right?
I think it's also
Got it.
that all the people when we
Progress
give them
unlocked.
the demos and we tell them, look, there's a hoop to the side, you can play basketball. They don't find that there are actual, you know, basketballs, and they just start throwing whatever they find, like a square box. It's like
Nice.
that's not gonna work.
So you have two tools. You have a levitation tool and you have a scanning tool. So certain things you can levitate, and this will allow you to interact.
In order to toggle.
Ah,
Yep.
Tic Tac Hicks, see?
So let's see if you can beat Hicks.
Basti.
you've played this game before, haven't you?
You know what the stupid thing is about Tic Tac Toe? I have the feeling it's like always draw.
No,
No.
you have to play the L. That's the strategy. Aqua.
So basketball. Oh, let's have some barbecue. Why not?
Fish barbecue.
Oh my god. I don't know.
I don't know, I feel bad now. So guys, maybe this is a question that we can repeat later. What was the toughest and funniest part in
What
development?
is that?
Toughest and funniest part in development. Anything that went past 3 o'clock in the morning became extremely funny.
True.
For some unknown reason, maybe lack of oxygen in the building, we basically, at 3 o'clock, we became ridiculously funny to each other. But that said, toughest. I think that, you know, one of the things that, you know, Crytek's known for, and everybody expects is, they say, oh, it's a Crytek game, it's going to be beautiful.
That is filthy.
And I think what people don't
Go away.
totally understand is that, you know, getting this kind of visual fidelity
I know
at
what
60
that
frames per second and 120 reprojected, there you go, found it, and is an amazing feat. And I think that was probably the most difficult thing. You know, we had to, you know, we have some really, really bright engineers, and we brought some guys down from the engine team, and all together they worked on this and to get a somewhat miraculous outcome in terms of visual fidelity at this frame rate.
Actually, I agree with the toughest one. My funniest moment during the production of Robinson has been this email from one of our QA guys in the morning saying Leica is gone, and I said, well, that's her personality. She has a personality. She doesn't come whenever she wants. No, we had really technical issues there, but it was funny because I said that's her personality. She appears and disappears.
So is she dog or cat? More dog or more cat?
More dog, I would say.
More
I
dog.
love dogs, so.
Okay.
I think she is a bit mischievous, so there's a bit of cat in there.
I think there is cat, yeah.
Don't disagree with that.
No, I think I have to keep going, guys.
Not one basketball shot yet.
Come on, Basti.
Where was basketball again?
Can you go down to the front? To the...
Oh, I just got it.
If you run towards it, then you're never gonna do it.
I know how to scan.
Actually, that's a good point Angela mentioned here. So the world is reactive. So some animals, if you move towards them or, well, get close to them, they react.
Stomp next to them
Yeah.
like, come out, little mole.
Like in the jungle, what most people may or may not have recognized is when you stand in front of the long neck, when you tilt your head to the left and right, it tilts it. It mimics your head movement. And actually, as you pass the long neck, and you stop, it comes closer to you, smells or sniffs you, and then goes back again. Those kind of stuff are happening. I don't know if people figured this out. I'm just mentioning that.
So what did I do wrong when I was playing that it sneezed on me? Like,
Well,
come on.
obviously, long necks don't like canned food, I would say.
Transition is so amazing.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Why would anyone throw canned food at them anyway?
It's there,
It's
and you
there.
can do it.
I know. That's the thing about VR, right? It gives you, compared to traditional games, it's a transportive experience. You are there. It's this sense of presence, and this is only possible with
That's
VR.
probably supposed to be in its shower, right?
It's a water filter.
Yeah, it's a water filter.
Yeah, it's supposed to be in here.
That's where Higgs lives.
Oh!
Basti, I'm telling you, the entire design team is going to kill you after this.
Well, I mean,
We're rethinking that whole community manager thing.
Yeah.
right now.
So this is a really cool question. So what was the reason to make a game with dinosaurs?
yes.
I asked because since I searched since years to some good dinosaur games, and most are about killing them. And he's a big dinosaur fan, so it's cool to have a game where you don't actually kill the dinosaurs.
Right.
Actually, it's,
Go ahead.
you wanna?
I'll take it, but you go. You get it.
Actually, my take on that is, well, it's back to it plays on the Creative Origins. The first Tecmo movie did back then, 1999, if I'm not mistaken, was Extrasolar, was with dinosaurs, right? And Robinson is a modern take on the 70s comics, the dinosaurs in space. This is in essence why we decided to go on with dinosaurs, and they are really spectacular in VR. That they are great to convey a sense of scale.
Guys,
So that's in a sense
short
why
question.
dinosaurs. Yes.
It has been ages. What was the basketball thing again?
Down,
Go
down,
down.
To the
go
left.
down.
Down here, right?
And he didn't even do the,
With the mode. There's the Guys, we don't want to give
bird
away
thing.
all of it.
What's the name of that bird thing?
The bird.
Yeah,
The-
the scarecrow.
Oh, the scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
I was
Oh,
going
it
to
was
say
Yes,
bird.
yes, the bird thing.
Bird.
That's,
What?
that totally translates.
The
Thank you.
designer said
Angela.
something new
Welcome.
to that game.
Guys,
no one else noticed.
There was seriously mole hiding in the toilet.
Yes.
I'm not commenting
Oh,
on
you
this.
saw-
We
you
never
saw.
speak about this again.
Okay, go, go see the basketball hoop.
All right.
Okay, there you go.
But do what Angela said. Do complete first the scarecrow.
Yeah.
Actually, that unlocks.
So, anyways, my take on the on dinosaurs, I think that there's a natural, for everybody that was interested in developing this game. When we started brainstorming it, as soon as the word dinosaur was mentioned, it resonated with almost everyone on the team. I think we all had that kind of dinosaur experience where we like, oh, that wouldn't it be cool to do this? Whether or not it was just books when you're a kid or something like a movie that inspired you, but we all wanted to do something with dinosaurs. It happened pretty organically. I think that was something that drove us to this, and in general we wanted to do something that didn't have like we weren't shooting things, and we had the whole idea to do an exploration survival game where you kind of used your wits more than brute force, because one of the things that we made a conscious decision not to add guns because there's a lot of opportunities to do it in this game, but that wasn't something we wanted to do. And it ended up being really cool and give you a different perspective on the type of dinosaurs, and then actually he's bonding with one because his pet Laika.
Yep. And actually, there is a conflict between Laika and Hex. They don't get along very well.
Yeah, Laika sees Higgs as a floating ball, right?
True.
And Higgs is like as a dinosaur who can eat you.
Yep. Especially when it grows.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's the basketball at?
The basketball is actually when you
Behind you,
yeah.
Basti.
What?
turn. Yeah.
The other side.
Other.
What?
The other round? This
yeah,
way?
Yeah. You see, there is a, like.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Okay, now
Let's
back
see.
up. Look at the ground, because there's an X back there we have to shoot from. Keep going back.
There you go.
Now,
Now let's see, Basti.
If you have 3 tries.
So watch, Higgs is playing defense.
Oh,
Almost.
no, I have to.
You can grab it from there. I kind of like this levitation thing, you know. It could be useful in real life.
Yes, Higgs, I've noticed. That was close, though. A little bit more up. It's fine. So, guys, if you're interested in becoming a community manager, one good thing is, like, to put on your CV, being bad at video games.
That's
Super.
don't-
Wow, this was the worst one.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what you mentioned, right? That people try to do this. Then.
Yep.
well, you know what the thing is, you can just point the basketball and grab it from where you are. You don't have to. That levitation tool is really.
But it's about
pretty powerful.
immersion.
It's about physics.
Can you use Higgs as a basketball? I don't think he would like that very much. Oh,
Okay, we keep going.
you can hit Higgs with a basketball. Okay.
Well, you can try. You will
You have to
probably
scan
end
it.
up being lonely because Higgs will leave you
We
there.
believe you.
Hermit crab.
How did a crab get all the way up here?
From the river.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
There's something fishy, yeah.
Like a road there.
Hey, Laika, by the way. Laika,
Call her. The down.
come on.
She's in a deep end.
There.
Move!
Good girl.
Will you move already? Thank you.
All right, let's go open that gate now. Come on, let's do that. So Robin's pretty amazing. I mean, he's quite industrious. You know, he's wired this whole campsite together. You know, and you seen the crazy math puzzle he had to do. Excellent.
It's maybe for better. So some puzzles in the game can get quite intense, right?
Yep.
So if you see how it performed so far. Short look over the controls. We will talk about that later a bit.
Yeah.
And also that's why it's useful to have 2 companions that can help you figure things out.
I've scanned it.
Actually, I mean, you were just introduced to the characters, to the environment, to the core mechanics. But later, yes, you will need Higgs help and as well as Laika's support to solve some of the puzzles. Especially in one of the levels called Tar Pit, you will appreciate that Laika is there with you and helps you to
Look at that
overcome
face.
some of the challenges.
You do realize that dinosaur is going to eat you someday for putting that hat on him.
For sure.
Take a look up at the top. I mean, there's some look up the canopy above you. There's an amazing amount of detail.
Yeah.
When people play Robinson for the first time and they're in the pod, like inside, and then they open the door and you see like how the light changes, everybody does the same thing. Every single person goes, wow. It's really awesome.
Actually, I had my dad play this. I mean, earlier in an earlier version of the game, of course. He said this is like a dream coming true because he was always dreaming about. I mean, we know the movie Jurassic Park, right? He said he was always thinking like how it will be just to be there, right? And VR enables him that kind of experience. He said it's like being in this world. And
Thank you.
Really, that feedback was already for me like.
Yeah.
Okay,
Big
we're
success.
scanning for later.
That's really cool. You know what? Always make sure you spend time and look around because there's so many things hidden there.
Yes.
Yeah, go up.
You were about
So-
to miss a communicator up there.
Climb
for
up.
instance.
Guys, some secrets we have to keep. So we are basically only scratching the surface. I can climb. I've done it a lot. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to explore and to find in that game.
You should hear a woodpecker there.
There's a oh.
I have to stop scanning. We are just showcasing the game, making not a complete scan playthrough.
You got to catch them all.
Yeah, exactly. Oh. Okay, let's go. By the way, Angela, what's
Yes.
the time?
Time is 4:44.
Okay. 4:44. So, you know what that means.
maybe it's time to reintroduce our guest.
No, it's time for giving our watchers who watched me playing horribly for the last 30 minutes, just scanning stuff and being completely useless, a chance to win the game. That's my way of saying thank you for staying with me here. Okay, I have to stop
Caterpillar.
scanning.
Well, wait, go into your infotarium.
I think that thing, by the way, is super scary for me. I know not for everyone.
No, for me the same. I hate caterpillars and worms like the worst.
Yeah, that's what I meant. You see,
Jesus.
it's that static. It's not animated.
Yeah, so it's not animated, but once you catch them all,
Yeah.
you will be able to see it animate, which is quite interesting.
We have things like
By the
that
way,
back
not
home.
all caterpillars
awful,
are
Almost that big,
herbivores.
seriously.
That is scary. Some of them eat other insects.
Actually, do me a favor. Go back. One more. And then go to Higgs units. Yeah, that shows you all the Higgs units. I mean, you have one out of 5 you have to collect, and then another one is the communicators.
You know, some people may wonder why we actually did this aspect of it, but just looking at something up close in VR is really fun to do. I mean, it's interesting looking at the creatures and you know, seeing all the details and learning a little bit. And each one of these items is an aspect of you know, the story, and you're getting incrementally the story as you play throughout the game.
Actually, I prefer the headset when you have the headset on. Just go ahead, put it on.
Appreciate it. Wait, I have to. So it's time for the raffle.
Bravo.
So I want to show what Leica will become in future. I always said about my cats, like, if they would have the size to eat me, they would totally do.
They would.
That's the difference between dogs. If your dog would, let's say, weigh a ton, they would still be loyal. If your cat would weigh a ton, they would eat you. No remorse, no regrets, just like that. Gone. Okay, that works. So,
Do you have actually any more questions?
do you have any more questions?
Are you running on the standard PS4 or the PS4 Pro?
Right now, it's the
Normal PS4,
That is normal PS4, exactly.
which is what the game was developed for.
That's correct.
we will share some details, or the exact details about the PS4 Pro enhancement soon, but maybe you guys can give like a rough sneak peek what people have to expect.
Elijah?
yeah. So
Just like very briefly.
yeah, we did that earlier while you were messing around.
I haven't
So
Not
listen
paying
to you
attention?
guys.
yeah, so basically the difference is the PS4 and the PS4 Pro. There's a difference in the CPU and the GPU. The GPU is about double the power of the PS4, and the CPU is overclocked, but it's I'm not exactly sure the significant amount over. So what that means is that something in the graphical area can be enhanced. So in other words, for this specific game, you can get about double the resolution in a PS4 Pro as opposed to the PS4. But I mean, that's significant when you can compare the two. But I mean, honestly, we've done a really fantastic job, you know, getting this to look right on the PS4. So I think I think that either way you're going to be in for a treat. So
Actually, ask Rock. There is a rendering technique we are applying to make it.
yeah, I wasn't going to go into it, but now
No,
that you
ask
mentioned
Rock, ask Rock.
No, Elijah can give also
it,
context.
it just in general, what we've done is we've and Rock will go into great detail. So Rock's our technical director, but basically what we've done is we've created a multi-layer rendering system for this game, and it's going to be available in the engine later on. But what it is called a foveated view. So we basically take the density of pixels that are in the center of your screen, and we've condensed that down to about double what you would normally see. So in other words, as you go towards the edge, if you look at it in like a circular view, the center of it's going to be really, really high resolution, and as you go to the edge, it'll fade out to a lower resolution. And it allows you to, wherever you look in the game, you see the ultimate high resolution. In addition to that, we also did a sampling process called temporal super selected something pixel, and Rock will deal with this one. But anyways, what we did is it basically we moved pixel by pixel around things and captured each one, so it gives you real high resolution around the anti-aliasing of the items in the game. So what it does is it makes things look really, really crisp. But this super sampling is really kind of an interesting idea, and it's also something that would require the CryEngine power in order to totally utilize it. But this is what you're seeing. This is the big difference, and this is why you're seeing such fantastic images.
That's why I'm always happy to be either with Elijah or Rock in a room, because that kind of questions.
The thing is,
It's good to have them there.
and that's great about VR in general. Like as a game developer, you have to work like with certain boundaries, and maybe like you might think at the beginning like, oh, we have so much like limitations, what we're gonna do, but then you find ways around it, and that means you push technology forward and find new ways of bringing that stuff to life.
Right.
And I think that is very exciting when it comes to general
Actually,
games.
we don't call them limitations, we call them more challenges.
Yeah.
There's always a smart solution.
Exactly,
Yeah, and Fatih's exactly right. That's what's amazing about that. It's not like no one's ever done it before. Anybody can bump up a screen to, like a HD resolution. But what's amazing about what they've done is they've done it very efficiently, so you can get high resolution at frame rate. And that's what makes the whole thing interesting, because you can see it beautifully and it's smooth.
So, time for the raffle. Then maybe 1 or 2 more questions, depending on how much time we have left with our first two guests. So,
Yes, about 9 minutes.
2 game codes. You guys.
2.
2 game
Oh.
codes. Yes, first raffle, 2 game codes. You have the chance to win the game for a PSN code, which you can then redeem the PSN store to get Robert on the journey. 2 rules. You have to follow the channel and type in Team Leica in the chat to enter the raffle. So give us your Team Leica and we will see how many people later on say, you know what I mean, when we have Team Leica.
But if you're Team Higgs, what do you do?
Doesn't matter, that is the Leica support group
But what
raffle
if
right
I'm
now.
Team Leica and Higgs?
Look, sometimes you have to decide.
I decided to
Sometimes
go
you have to make a decision in life and
I
say,
love
okay,
everyone.
that does not always work. You're producers, you know what it means, right? To set priorities.
Of course.
So type it in chat. Team
Leica.
Team Leica, exactly, to enter the raffle and follow the channel, and then we will have a winner pretty soon.
So somebody's asking, what did you guys do to avoid motion sickness? And we mentioned this before, and we'll explain it a bit more later. But we have different kinds of movements that you can select in the options.
And actually, what we did is, frankly, play testing or usability testing was a major part of this development. So we tested our game, our movement scheme, everything in the game actually, hours and hours and hours, and at events. And we wanted to make sure that people have a comfortable experience, as comfortable as it can be actually. It's really hours of play testing. This is what we did.
That's completely accurate. There are some nuances that you may or may not notice in the game, but motion sickness is based on your brain's interpretation of movement and the things that you would do naturally in real life. You'd never run towards a wall and turn your head and look the other way, right? Because that would ensure your demise. That said, you can't really move and look another direction. So what we've done is the little nuances, like if you stare at the ground as you're walking, you grind to a halt, because this is natural, and the things that your brain would interpret as natural seem to work the best. However, the one thing that we've noticed is there's unique individuals everywhere that interpret movement differently, and that's why we've allowed for some options that you can adjust the gameplay the way you want to. But there's lots of tiny little nuances like that. When you guys go into the discussion about motion sickness or about I think that's the thing you should ask a lot of questions about, because there's really a ton of things in this game that are designed to make this one of the most comfortable experiences you'll have.
Actually, asked them about the falling, how we had to solve this. Because falling is not even in real life, falling is not a great experience, right? We had to time it correctly and whatnot. There are a lot of stories, Niklas and Niels both.
I was totally not falling to the death a couple of minutes ago. Totally not.
I did not see you. Not at all. Got you like that.
Yep.
Nice.
Do we have some Team Leica supporter yet?
Yes, like all the chat. It's
Or
just
gazillion.
Team Leica.
I think it's time to pick the first winner.
Excellent.
Man.
Dun dun dun.
And the first winner is We need some.
I know where to look at.
Exactly, do it. Do it.
Brainbush.
Brain bush.
Brain bush. Brain bush.
Congratulations,
Brain bush.
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 Bush. Brain bush.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Have fun.
We will get in contact with you via Whisper because we have to ask you if you need a US or UK copy. You will hear from us in a couple of seconds.
Actually,
I hope so.
Are we going to release something new today? No? Yes?
New? We're releasing the game today's
No,
launch.
I don't mean the game. Something that people can watch.
Yes.
What's about that?
But I thought we agreed never to show that in public.
We will never speak about it again.
Maybe we can put a link later on in chat to something in the series we release today, which people can watch to get even more excited about the game, right?
Exactly.
What could you be possibly talking about?
It's a good question. No, it's launch day, and in fact, we got the question yesterday on Twitter. Someone asked us like, "When is like next trailer coming?" So we have people like apparently really fans of our Crytek trailers, and it's out, like out on YouTube.
It's out?
It should be out, right?
I guess, I hope.
I like just checking
right
on YouTube.
It's like, wait.
YouTube.com/Robinson.
So it's not part of this, but apparently one of my friends in China has now seen that Robinson is out. Interesting.
Has he seen the trailer yet? That's a big
No,
question.
he hasn't. But he's interested in the game.
Okay, Bonnie says it's out.
You
So
Enjoy it. It's
who has
really
seen
a
the trailer?
kick-ass trailer.
go to
Elijah,
YouTube
you haven't seen the trailer.
I have seen the trailer.
later. If
Oh,
you have
you want me to
go,
raise my hand? Okay.
Yes.
if you have to go to the bathroom, pick your mobile phone with you. Watch the trailer because I don't want that people like miss
That's
the
an
show by
interesting
just like leaving the
combination,
stream
really.
and just like watching the trailer. It's nothing I
Wow,
want to,
wow.
right? I want that they stay with us. But in case you have to leave your, you know.
I was like, okay,
Second winner.
Basti.
Second winner before it's getting
curious.
too awkward.
So,
It's getting
second
on.
winner.
All right.
Second winner.
Is
Uh-huh.
Party.
WLF359. Congratulations.
WLF359. Come on, guys, give me some like harder names to pronounce so I can slaughter it.
All right, I'll work on that. But I thought that
Congrats.
was simple for you guys to read.
A simple name like Faith or
Faith as an example.
Actually,
Sorry.
I should
had
get
to.
I should get a
I
German
had to.
passport with faith. That's better.
There's a reason why I never pronounce like family names of like co-workers or whatever in stream shows.
Funnily
because
enough, people don't have a hard time with my last name. They say Özbayram while it's Özbayram.
they take like Öz,
Özbayram.
Bayram,
And the main fest.
Bayram,
Bayram is like
Bayram.
celebration.
Öz
There you
Bayram,
go. She got it.
Öz Bayram.
Özbayram.
Fatih Öz
Fluent in
Bayram.
Turkish.
Thank you guys. Thank you
Thank you.
Fatih and Elijah for joining
And
us
someone
today.
says this.
Fena bir oyun geliyor. Oh, evet. Haklısın.
That was
That means
Turkish, I
like
bet.
it's going to be a kick-ass game. It is a kick-ass game. I mean,
Awesome.
All right, thanks, guys.
So I guess you guys will have like a busy day on launch day. So thanks for
yes.
stopping by for an hour.
thank you.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having
Have
us.
fun.
Thank
Yeah, it was
you.
great.
Bye bye guys.
So there's the here going for our next guest.
We have two next guests, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I think they're
how
here
many
actually.
guys?
Hello. Yes, it's here.
Yeah.
Hello,
So
everybody.
two new guests. How's it going on Robinson launch day? It's
Good.
I have no idea if you guys have like watched me completely
Yeah,
being a
maybe.
jerk and useless.
Well, basically today is not a really productive day for me. It's more like reading what people are saying about the game, what, watch the stream and all that, and work a bit.
That sounds like a classic
Work a
day.
bit.
Yeah.
That sounds
Only
like a
bit.
classic day in the life of a community manager.
Work a bit. Just stare at.
Reading what people
The
say,
internet.
stare at stuff.
It's really one of the best days of
Yeah.
developing a video
that's
game when it finally comes to the release, and we get to read all the comments from the people or the feedback from the community.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's always the best
Yeah.
about finally getting it out and into the hands of people.
But way more important, we're live now, and we have people in chat answering your questions for the next couple of minutes. So today we have Niklas with us, game
Hello.
designer at Crytek. Hi Niklas, tell us a bit about yourself. Give us a pitch.
Yeah, well, I'm Niklas. I'm now, I think, since nearly 4 years with Crytek.
Wow. Okay.
Actually started my career here, and yeah, it's pretty awesome now working on Robinsons, such a big VR title, and yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I hope you guys also like it.
I bet so. We have some great peeps in chat. So, Meadow, senior level designer.
Correct. So I've been at Crytek now for about 8 years. I've come to Crytek before I was doing just Far Cry modding. So I was always a huge fan of the whole stuff Crytek was doing, and so yeah, since then I'm part of the game now, and I was doing levels for Crisis 2, Crisis 3, Rise, and now we have The Climb and Robinson recently. And yeah, I'm very happy that the game is finally out, and man, this feels good. I hope you guys saw the launch trailer. It just...
Have you seen the launch trailer yet?
And guys, watch it. It's fucking good. I mean, this is just... the music.
Oh, yeah,
I really
somebody,
like it. I really like it.
Somebody saw it and they said it was awesome. And somebody recognized Nicholas from I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Gronk.
Gronk.
You have to be very German to pronounce that.
Gronk.
So yeah, it's awesome. Watch it. It's out now. Out since a couple of minutes, since an hour.
Yeah, I think when we
Whatever it's
launched
there,
the
go to
stream-
YouTube. Watch the trailer. It's amazing. During
Don't
your
turn
next
off the
break.
stream. Just
Exactly.
Put it on
Even-
mute.
So we have a game designer and a level designer here, which is amazing. So you can talk about like how you built Robinson. The question is, after my stellar gameplay you have seen so far, should I continue or should Angela continue to play the game?
Well, I guess that's up to you. You have to fight that out. Who wants to play?
Okay.
It's your part, Angela. But if you need help, just ask me.
So you get the questions.
I happily lay your hand. So guys, I'm not as small as Angela, but I think we fit you guys. That's fine. So
Cables.
I have the very important task to talk to you guys and read the chat.
The very important. Well,
Yes,
one
Vortex!
of the first questions should be the one about movement that we promised.
Exactly, as we said before, now is the right time to talk about so-called locomotion. Locomotion.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
concept a lot of VR fans are familiar about, but maybe like when you guys never heard about it, you can also ask, what is it all about? What does it mean? And also Vortex, I think you were the guy on Twitter yesterday asking about the trailer, right? So you got it.
So yeah, I guess we can talk a bit about what we have done. So, as most people know, movement in VR, basically, locomotion is a bit tricky because you have to, the brain is perceiving something, or your eyes are perceiving something different than your inner ear, which causes a conflict and will make people feel discomfort and nauseated if not done correctly. So we spend a lot of time refining everything, how you move in the game. And this way we have a safe option, which is basically the default one, where people should feel most comfortable with. But if people feel limited by that, they can still turn that off. But well, we don't really recommend it unless you have spent a lot of time in VR, because it could make you feel discomforted.
So why can't I scan the flying ones up there?
They're either already scanned or you're too far away from them.
Yeah, I think I'm too far. Just a bit.
You have to get into a certain range, and then you see the magnifying glass.
Yep.
And then you can scan them.
I know how to scan. Thank you very much.
So I think it's a good time to showcase like the various ways of solving that locomotion, let's say, issue. Some people might encounter in VR in the game. So Angela,
You have to go to the options. So just press the options button shortly. Yeah. So
you can do that.
In the options we have gameplay to the left, and I guess we can start with the rotation. So we have pie chart, which basically moves you in a predefined angle all the time. So this is what you saw up until now. It's the safest one. So you go in, and every time you press the controller to the left or to the right, you will just rotate in that direction by a predefined angle. I think it's 30 degrees, something like that. And we do that fairly fast, so you don't feel sick, but you still perceive the movement. So you don't get disorientated, but you don't get feel sick. Then we have pie chart continuous, so maybe you want to switch to that one, just jump back in game. What this does is basically, if you keep the stick pressed, so just press it in one direction, with a small delay, you will continue rotating. But yeah.
Yeah, rather than flicking the analog stick like 4 times to the left, you can actually just keep it and then you do the 180 a bit faster maybe. This is just up to the player or up to the user what he prefers. Does he want to do the fast flick or just lazy, I keep the analog stick pressed.
But what you would say if you want to be at the safe, on the safe side and play the game for the first time, maybe just start with the standard settings and then just try the others out after you feel
pie chart continuous are the safe ones. We have a third rotation mode, which is the smooth one, which is basically what you're used to from all the normal non-VR games, where you have no movement, but it creates discomfort in your stomach and you might feel sick after that. So if you think you can try it, but you won't.
In the video stream, you might not even see the difference so much because we choose a quite sensitive control there. So the rotation speed is still high, but if you use the analog stick just slightly, you can rotate slower. But again, it's really something people have to try out in VR to really see if they feel comfortable with it. You might not notice this at the beginning when you try this out, but if you do certain movements, like when you do rotate your head, or when you do rotate in the game, but then you rotate your head in real life, to counter this rotation, it really fast, or it can make you sick really fast. And this is something you don't experience very fast, but it happens, and you don't really know why this happens. But I encourage people, like, try it out. But if you're not sure about it, just keep our default the pie chart rotation in. It's a safe option.
Yeah, if you're new to VR, better don't change anything.
So, some questions in chat from Space123321. Designers, is a big difference with the PS4 Pro. We scratched that before. So there are some features or some enhancements with the PS4 Pro, while the general game experience is the same. Right?
Yeah. So you're not even allowed to have differences in gameplay between, or things affecting gameplay between the PS4 and the PS4 Pro. And so the difference between those for Robinson is the visuals. So it just looks better on PS4 Pro, but it still looks awesome on PS4.
Yeah.
Something else we have about movement. Maybe if you want to jump back in.
Who, me?
Yeah, if you maybe want to jump back to the options.
Sorry.
Sorry, we have to enter.
Stop scanning everything, seriously.
A lot of people actually do that. They just go in, they just scan everything. So if you go down to all those check marks, it's basically we have some additional things. So we have the horizontal speed correction, which basically means if you look too far up or too far down, we're going to slow you down, because the thing is, your eyes perceive movement. So the closer you are to something, you move, the more it might create discomfort. So the further you look down, the slower you move. So if you look down too much, you're gonna stop completely at one point. This is there to help you to not get sick. But if you think it's blocking you in any way, you can just turn it off. But as a safe option, it's on by default. The recenter message basically is not a locomotion thing. It's more like, if you're really into the game and start running around your default position, I don't know, move from one side of the couch to the other one, we're gonna tell you that you're off, because some gameplay might be more difficult than it would need to be if you move too far off.
So many options.
Yeah. We also have some strafing stuff, which is basically where we have normal strafing, which means free. You can move in any direction wherever you want, but in general the best practice for VR is the way I'm looking. This is the way where I move forward. So if you press the stick forward, and look to the left, this is where you're gonna move forward. What we also have, we have a strafing where you keep the direction, and strafing which is based on your head rotation. So it's called limited and limited keep direction. So limited means, so if you now start strafing to the right and you start turning your head to the right, the strafing direction moves with you. So I'm gonna look forward, I strafe in this direction. So I now turn my head and now I'm strafing in this direction because this is my forward direction. This can be a bit discomfort.
Which one are you talking about right now?
The limited one.
Limited, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so which means I can move forward and I can move to the side. No diagonal.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I strafe to the right, I turn my head, and this is the direction I will then continue strafing, which means if I strafe and then I turn to the right, I suddenly start moving in circles. That can feel a bit discomforting for some people. So we added another option, which is limited keep direction. So which means once you start strafing, this is your locked position for strafing. So look forward, I
Angela.
start strafing, I move in that direction.
Stop it.
And if I then look to the side, I'm gonna continue strafing in that direction. It gives you the option to just look around. And once you stop, we're gonna reset the strafing direction. But yeah, it's the safest one we have, and we recommend for you to stick with it.
This game is cool.
So as you might have noticed, like we at Crytek, we take like locomotion and like being in VR very seriously. And for us, it's not like, okay, we choose like a teleport function or like some easy way. We say like we give you various options. We spend a lot of time developing that stuff. We have like whole prototype teams, a lot of developers, where it's like very, very important for us to make locomotion in VR as accessible and good as possible.
Yeah, we have some unfortunate people like Elijah and Fadi was here
It's
before.
good.
They're very prone to get motion sick. So once
Like
we
I
have
don't
something,
get motion sickness at all.
yeah, so we can't test it with you, which is sad.
I'm useless. Again.
But if you feel somehow, yeah, if you're prone to get motion sick easily, you're the one we're gonna grab and put in front of our prototypes, and then in the best
Run,
case,
Basti.
everything's great. In the worst case, you feel bad for the rest of the day. But you know,
So we have some more questions in chat. Let me check. So first, Del X86 says, "Looking amazing, great job, Crytek. Thank you."
thank you.
Yes, thank you.
And Angela from Del X86, Angela, you're very beautiful. Please do more streams, Angela. It's not that you have a job to do, right?
Yeah. But like I spend all my day in front of my computer. That's a little streamer.
Game looks insane, looks beautiful from Mirayu.
What's up?
I think that's fine. So we get a few questions as we talked about locomotion, about move support in the game. Can you guys tell us something about like what kind of movements is it? Oh, you told us already about like what kind of movement is into the game. Angela's distracting me. And
I would have been like.
about in general like the possibility of move support in Robinson and why it's not in the game yet.
So what we decided for is, so we experimented with some movement controls, but at the end we settled for DualShock 4 for now, because everybody has this one. We want that everybody who buys the game can just play it and doesn't need additional accessory. For the future, we might investigate that, but for now we just wanted to focus on the DualShock 4, because what people might not think about is the effort which has to go into it. You have to tweak everything, so the development effort would just have been increased, and other systems would have suffered, because we couldn't spend time on them, because we just spent all the time getting move in. So we decided just let's stick for the DualShock controller for now, and we're gonna do the best we can with it, and then later we maybe revisit it and see if it adds more value to the game.
Wish you can open a thread on the Reddit PSVR channel and answer more people's questioning there. So I am on the PSVR Reddit every day. I'm Cryvolti there.
And we're here.
We're here. But if you want to create,
2 hours.
if you want to share the stream on PSVR Reddit, do it. If you want to start a discussion, do it. We will watch it. We will try to get you some answers. So feel free. Go ahead. Reddit is a community platform, so it's about you opening a channel, opening a discussion, and we will surely jump in.
I think we even have a Robinson the Journey Reddit.
Do we have one now?
Someone created it, and
Perfect.
yeah. So maybe just just post something there, because I think that won't get lost as easily as in the PSVR space.
Team Angela. That
Team
won't give you a
Angela.
game, but I think Angela appreciates nonetheless. So about like the price difference between retail and digital or recommendation. Like we gave a recommended price, and it's totally up to retailers. If they say, okay, they want to give out the game for or sell the game for a different price, we just have our recommended price. And what retailers do, it's not up to us. So you have to ask them. So other questions? Are there some Easter eggs?
I think Madu probably knows best, because they're the ones hands-on in the level.
Well, there are clearly Easter eggs, but
That would have
come on,
been
guys.
super disappointing if you say
I'm
no.
not gonna tell anything here, because this is up to the people to really find them and then be proud
We're
of
not
it
giving
to-
them away,
Exactly.
sure.
I mean,
But some
I wouldn't dare.
a teaser or a small hint without giving it away, like something people should look out for.
No,
No.
no.
That's brutal. I cry farty. Hello.
This game is about exploration, and I don't want to take away the fun here.
Wodat 6209. I like to just like pronounce all your numbers. I got here from post on PSVR Reddit. Oh, cool. That's great. I will check it later.
Higgs, get out. Let me through. No, I'm gonna fall. Wait. Yeah.
So, any more questions, guys? As I said, like we have a game designer and level designer here.
No.
Like, if you have any questions, shoot. Like, also, if you're like interested in PSVR game development or in general, like VR game development or game dev stuff, this is your chance to get some really cool answers from guys who work in the industry for a couple of years now. I mean, 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years.
Also 4 years. It's also impressive. You both guys like you studied that, or did you just like came in by like your projects and modding and stuff?
That's exactly how it happened to me when I did the Far Cry modding. At some point, there was just this awesome day where I got this email from Crytek, offering me an apprenticeship here.
Awesome.
It was really the best day of my life. Since then, it's like just pretty cool.
Should I fall down or should I do it after?
I think that's for the way back, but if you want to climb the way again, that's totally up to you. Well, I actually studied it. So I was at the Games Academy here in Frankfurt for
Nice.
1 year. And after that, I was lucky enough that there was an opening here at Crytek, and some pretty nice people which took care of me. And since then, I'm part of this.
So here I'm just gonna shake my head like crazy to see if I can scan them like
Then
at random.
We avoided. You could abuse the feature.
be a little bit careful about your neck, Angela.
Oh,
Stop scanning everything. We don't have time to scan everything. Angela, seriously, give me.
But they're butterflies.
Well, maybe, I don't know. If you take a look at the Infotarium, you maybe already have them as
Check
a
out the
gold
no
ribbon.
Infotarium. Maybe.
That's,
Oh, no, that's
you
not-
have to
that's not
press
the
the touch.
Infotarium.
Oh, we got some more questions. Oh, that's not a question. It's a threat. If Leica gets hurt at any point in the story, I fear I may have to rethink my purchase. Do I have your promise? Just a family.
A promise for what?
To not
Spoiler.
harming Leica. That's up to you, Chester. Take proper care of her. Right?
Yeah,
It's your responsibility now,
it's your
not
pet.
ours.
She's
Exactly.
your pet, yeah.
How did you develop the climbing mechanism from Rico? I'm really bad in lead speak. I'm sorry. I call you Rico, that's fine.
Lead speak.
So the climbing mechanic, it was basically a prototype I did in a very, very early stage of the game.
Wow.
I go climbing myself in my free time here in Frankfurt, and at some point we were supposed to develop some let's say movement prototypes for the game, like what could the player do, how can he traverse over a log or along a cliffside or something like this. And there was also the climbing. It was just saying, how can we do some climbing? And I absolutely wanted to do this, so I I took care of this, and it turned out to be a quite intuitive method. Like all I had in my head from the beginning on was, okay, I look where I grip, and if I have a free hand while I grip always with one hand and the other hand is free, and as I look around, well, all I need is to have this hand in front of me, because when I climb in real life, it's not like I'm gonna grip somewhere where I don't see. No, I'm gonna grip exactly where I look. And taking this into consideration, I just it happened to be this. It turned out to be this mechanic, and it turned out to be pretty good.
Yeah, Meta is our prototyping genius. Basically,
Yeah.
we just like, oh yeah, you know, we want to try climbing, and he just jumped on it and had, I think, 2 days later, so 1 day later, the first prototype. We're like, yes, that is it. Climbing in VR is awesome. We're gonna stick to that.
Oh, Angela. But that's great
I
about...
tried.
I know I repeat myself, but that's also great about VR stuff. Like about developing for VR. Was like traditional game design, especially in AAA companies, you usually end up, like there's a danger you end up, okay, we do just like this game feature because we know it already and it works, etc., etc. But with VR, you all of a sudden like have room for this crazy ideas, like let's do a climbing game. Oh, it works, and then we made the climb, or implement this kind of feature in other games. We usually would say like in a classic game, we do not even like bother to think about it.
It's also something that simply does not really work outside of VR, because the mechanic just bases on your head look, or bases on your head where you look. And if you try to play this with a controller, if you would steer your head like a usual game with an analog stick left or right, you lack a lot of precision. While with your head, you do it automatically by yourself. Like you already look where you're gonna head anyway, and this is why this mechanic works so well in VR. And what also turns out to be really fascinating is being close to objects, and this is also it's a given thing while climbing, because you always have your hands and the rock surface very close to you, and this is what people really like having these close-up objects to look around, lean around. And again, here we can emphasize a bit on the head tracking of the VR devices, where you can actually lean your body to actually gain reach with the climbing. So if you're just out of reach and you're missing like 10 centimeters, and you're missing 10 centimeters to the next grip, then you can just lean around and you can just make it. And this is something that comes for free with the VR devices. And
we had another good one, but Cry Faith already answered it.
Which one did you steal?
Cry Faith
I got it!
stole the question from VLF 359. I always wonder why some VR games have floating hands and some don't. There's a specific reason for it. And he answered, Robin shows no body so that it feels intuitive and natural as possible for people who are experiencing VR for the first time. Is that good? Like, Cry Faith gave a good answer? That was okay,
that's
right?
a good answer.
I think it was okay-ish. Another good question. There was something. Wait, so many questions in chat. Is the audio in 3D, and does it add to gameplay elements from Rico again?
Yes.
Yeah, it does. It's in 3D. If you hear something behind you, you look around and you suddenly see there's a firefly or whatever. It's just there, and it's amazing. The 3D audio adds so much, and our audio designers did such a great job. Like you really feel like you're there. You hear the wind. You hear Leica breathing. You hear this long neck breathing.
And if the long neck sneezes at you, you really feel it.
When you throw stuff at him, when he's
if you're very sensitive, you feel it.
You just skip my question, Cry Faith. You're not supposed to ask him questions. I would like to know is Nicholas' favorite stepfather, Martin, Onon, or me? That is.
Well, they all want to adopt me, so.
Aww.
I can't decide. You're all great.
You have to decide. I told them before. You have to decide at some point.
Decide.
You're a grown-up man. Decide.
Yeah.
Who is it?
I don't know. If you get me a dice, I'm gonna roll. But
who is it?
So that means you like them all equally.
Yes, I like them all equally. And you know, 3 times presents for Christmas.
Well, that's a really odd patchwork family. I'm sorry. It's really odd.
A young man.
I imagine your guys'
raised
Christmas
by
together.
By 3 men.
What
Yeah.
was it? 3 men and a necklace, like 3 men and a baby or something.
So
Again.
I think it's time for the next raffle.
So can I take off this?
It's a launch celebration. We give
flower?
out 2 additional copies of the game for PSN Store. So guys, it's your chance. The rules are you have to follow the channel and type in chat if you're still awake. I hope so. Type in Team Hicks this time for the people who are not able to decide. So Team Hicks, type in the chat and follow the channel for your chance to win Robin the Journey on launch day. What are you doing?
Stopping for a while, no?
Why?
No?
Do you need a break?
No, I thought we were going to talk now. Because
So
of the
first
raffle.
Team Hicks, keep going guys.
Now, I would be Team Leica, but I'm biased. So.
Team Angela,
Mm-hmm.
Team Gameplay Program.
Who is that?
There was
Little-
Little Bit Ponsu.
Okay, I don't know
Team-
who that is, but it's probably one of our programmers.
Brainbush passes this time, thank you. Also Team Niklas, you're fans.
Thank you.
Angela has fans, no one likes me. Team Crytek, awesome. Thank you.
Team
There's some
Crytek,
solidarity
that's-
here. Cry Faith, Team Hit.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Someone ended it with a exclamation mark. Is that still counted?
Hey.
Oh no, it was Fatih.
Hey,
he,
dear
he has the game
operator.
already.
Hey dear operator, Cry Kane. If Cry Faith is spamming, right? Or harassing, or is too annoying in chat, block him.
I can buy it.
Did like the timeout? The timeout.
I give it a
Team
time.
Don't Hurt Leica. Yes.
Team Donut. Okay, it's time. Give me some proper fanfare. It's time for the first winner. The first winner is Dom King 24. Oh, Dom, that's your lucky day. You win a copy. Just let us know. We will contact you in Whisper if you want to have a UK US version. I know a Europe version. I know that you want a Europe version. But congrats, Dom. He's a great fella. He was joining us during the extra live stream for a long time.
Oh, that's nice.
And Octavert says, I knew who that is. No, Basti, you have no friends. I know. Dayum, thank you. So, but we have a second winner for today, winning 1 copy of Robin the Journey for PSVR, and the winner is Yoru Dragon. Yoru Dragon. Congrats! You win a copy of Robin the Journey. We will contact you as it said in chat and ask you about if you want to have a US or EU copy of the game. Amazing! Oh man, some peeps are not happy, but that was it for today for the raffle. We gave out 4 copies. I think that's a lot. For you guys who might have wondered, this game is out by today on the US PSN Store and tomorrow Europe and other territories, right?
Yes, tomorrow it will be out in Europe.
Perfect. So congrats Dom King and Euro
Oh,
Dragon.
actually, in the UK on November 11th,
Okay.
and Europe tomorrow.
Yes, but I'm used to that because I lived in Ireland, which is not the UK, but has a similar release policy when it comes to releasing games. There was because any time, like when all my friends from Germany or over the world, like, I'm currently playing the game, I was like, yeah, I have to wait until Friday. Thank you.
Who was
For
that
nothing.
nerd voice?
So, thank you, Niklas and Meadow, for being here.
Thank
Have a
you for
nice
having
day.
us.
I
Welcome.
hope. So you guys say it's not too stressful for you guys. You can just watch people's reactions.
Well, it's more like I just take my time and just say,
Just
you know,
reason. All is fine.
I
all
take
is
everything
good.
in. You write, you know, we follow you, whatever you're writing, and hope you like the game.
We read everything. Everything.
Sounds like a spread.
Okay, thank you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Have a nice day, and
Thank
yeah,
you.
Thank you.
have an amazing launch day or launch
Bye,
week,
guys.
more or less, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
launch week pretty much.
So it's time for you to. I pass the torch.
I go back.
Because I can't watch you scanning.
Oh, come on, you started scanning before me. Jesus.
So, after we had a game designer
Mhm.
and a level designer in here, right?
Mhm.
We have now for last 2 guests for the show, we have an art director and
Ooh, fancy.
technical director.
Fancy as
We have
well.
everything today. We can talk about all the bits and pieces about the game.
And we have the community manager.
That's
Amazing.
not so.
Eh.
I would say PR is a bit more important. So come in, guys.
Hello.
Good day.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
I'm your team.
Yes. Team Laika?
Team Angela.
Team Angela.
Team
Angela.
Scanning
Because
Angela.
I'm so great at climbing and at scanning stuff.
What are we playing? Oh, Robinson.
Scanning.
I
The
know that
scanning
game.
game.
Scanning.
You've heard of Robinson? Robinson
Yeah.
the Journey?
Yeah, it's out now, right?
Yeah,
I
should
think,
be.
is it?
Yeah.
I
I
don't
think
know.
I've seen a trailer like
The trailer is out. I
that
think.
was launch trailer, like for the actual launch of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we just released it. Epic
Perfect.
Music.
So to introduce you, Rob, technical designer for Robinson the Journey. Hi, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Director.
Technical director. What have I said?
Designer?
What? No, no.
Well, if the design guys want me on their team, I can try. I'm not
I'm
guaranteeing
sure
the
you can
results.
design things, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
So tell us like a few bits and pieces about yourself and your job at Crytek and Robinson the Journey.
Yeah, so I've been kind of overseeing the technical direction of all our game projects here at Frankfurt for the past 2 years. Earlier, as you guys know, we've shipped our first VR title, Climb, and this is our now
Keep
venture to consoles and console VR, Robinson the Journey, and yeah, it's been a very exciting time for us as a company from technological perspective. This new medium has been enabling very, very different things than what we are used to, and it's full of new things to discover and learn about how to develop.
So, 2 VR games in 1 year.
Uh,
From the same team. How does it feel?
Um,
I mean,
Aw.
released. 2 VR
Ribbon.
games released in the same year.
it feels exhausting, but so we are very happy it's done. But I think we've done a very, very nice job. I mean, the team has performed beyond any expectation. The stuff we've delivered here, I think, I mean, it speaks for itself just visually, and I'm sure Pascal will be able to say more about this. But yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, that brings us to a second guest. This guy here.
Hello.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Pascal, art director,
Yes. Art
Robinson the
directors.
Journey.
Yes. You want me to explain what that is?
Yes.
That basically, I'm the guy who works with a very talented team, and I just tell them kind of like, just do what you always do, and then they do that, and then it looks really, really good.
And sometimes you sneak behind them, like when they're drawing, and say, "Make it more syrupy."
Exactly, that's an art director code. You always go like more
Syrupy.
blue, more. Yeah, actually, you need a couple of fancy words for blue if you're an art director. You have to know at least your psi and maybe your.
I can do that. So
Right.
I can be an art director too, right?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, you
But
just.
first
you just have to be
fight him to the
convincing.
death.
For example, in this scene, I told them like, could you make it more scary, like a little bit higher up, a little bit more. You know, like if you fall down, you'd be actually afraid. So, you feeling that?
He's gonna fall.
Oh!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Oh.
Here we are.
well.
Back on the mountain.
Somebody said, Crytek, tell the whole team not to destroy anything. He just destroyed
Oh.
himself, so does that count?
By the way, did you die before in this live stream?
Yes. Of course.
Of course.
It took me 5 minutes.
That's Higgs colony counter going down to 0.
Yeah, yeah. But that means it's also a spoiler, right? That gives away that.
No,
Yeah, low.
Higgs only knows that there's one survivor.
Ah.
But that's his own opinion.
Oh, you failed here, Angela, right?
You're the.
Oh.
Oh, survived.
Ow.
Wait, you can die there?
I stopped.
You can die pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh god.
It's like real life, Angela. So I won't.
We always say if you die in real life, you also die in VR. Did you
Like-
not know that?
No, I
You need
did
to be
not.
careful when you cross the street.
So if you die in real life, you cannot play VR.
Nope, I'm sorry for that.
Wow. Okay.
It's permadeath.
I have
So-
a lot to think about now.
Wait, they have to reset the camera because Angela's too small.
What?
You're too small.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
That's
I've also heard.
Yes,
Oh,
This.
I thought you would be taller.
Did you know Robin is, I think, 1m20 or 1m30 or something?
I'm 1.60 so.
Yeah.
I mean, that is
You
something
feel like
in
right.
VR, right? You can be 1m20 tall. No, what I mean is in VR you can play as a kid and see everything through the eyes of a kid.
We did that very intentionally, by the way. It's not that
Yeah.
that we thought that would be cool. I want to be 12 again. It's just it's a very cool perspective to looking from a little bit further down onto things. Everything looks bigger by nature, so that was really helpful. Also, since he's 12 and in the spacesuit, he doesn't walk that fast, so that helped us as well with the comfort. A lot of these decisions for the game actually came from VR first, like not the
thing we do here, but it's just virtual reality first. We have this other thing, VR first, this student
The educational program.
yes. But we did VR first here. Right.
Aptly named.
Yes. We're very good at naming. There's no Y in Robinson. Did you notice? It's like
We have a good question.
people were asking that.
Guys, sorry.
Yes.
What was the biggest challenge while developing a VR game other than motion sickness?
Well, I guess we could talk about the fact that when we had to fit it on a PS4,
It's about that size.
yeah, you know, it's not a very big machine, right? So it only fits so much, right? But aside for that, I mean, when we were first discussing how Robinson will look like, when some people looked at Climb and said, "Hey, can you do something that looks like that?" And some of us stupidly say, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And then we realized how hard of a job that would be. But I think we actually kind of met the challenge.
I think we got there.
in many ways, actually, there are things in Robinson that exceed what we did in Climb, thanks to our wonderful team again. I mean, both art and tech. But yeah, I mean, there were many brand new things we developed just for this game. Like, one of them is like this whole resolution enhancing technique that optimizes the pixel distribution for the field of view, and this is something that we didn't have as far as E3 yet. We literally developed it in the last couple of months. So just fitting it into the game in this short time frame was a big challenge.
So what people saw in the E3 demos and in the Gamescom demos, that's not how it looks like now.
No, it looked a lot worse, unfortunately, back then.
So by the way, this is a display of I have no trouble with motion sickness whatsoever because I can do this.
Congratulations.
Probably you guys on Twitch get probably sick right now.
You're making me sick just watching you on TV screen.
Like, oh my god.
So, Angela, because I haven't spent any attention what you were doing, like by scanning the whole world of Robinson, I have to go back, right? You're done here.
I don't know.
What?
You can check the inventory and if you missed any creatures. That's not the right button.
No!
That's even worse.
So, CryEngine 5. Was Robinson developed in CryEngine 5?
Yes.
Yes. There you go.
Another management. Wow. Yes. Yes. I'll answer everything with one word.
It is a yes/no question. Was Robinson?
So technically, I think we are the first title to ship with CryEngine 5. Actually, we didn't even think about that.
Yes.
So double celebration.
Yay!
1 more hour of stream. We just leave Basti there like what?
How many of you have only found one Higgs unit?
Yeah, thank you, Angela.
So you basically are not done in the jungle.
No.
Because there's another one.
We are not done at all.
I just wanted to see the Longdanek.
I was going all the way back because I thought you have done it already.
Have you at least found the communicator bracelet?
No.
Angela.
I did not.
Wow.
How?
There's a lot more gameplay in there than you just ran through it. You're a good shooter player. You should take a little bit more time with Robinson and like look at the details and look at the things there. I can give you a hint. This pot hanging up there is a little bit more to it. It's not just hanging there.
I know.
You can maybe
talk about your art stuff. So
yes.
Talk about the art design and art director of Robin on the Journey,
I have a
please.
question about the art stuff. So how many different and unique creatures are in the game?
8. Just kidding. It's
2.
30.
Laika.
It's 30 creatures. Actually, there's 30 types of creatures, and then individually in every type there are multiple versions. So one type, for example, would be a butterfly, but there are multiple colored butterflies and stuff like that. Same with the raptors. There are tribes of raptors of different colors and things like that. So, but there are 30 unique kinds of creatures that you can scan, and it'll take a while, especially because these guys, I mean, scan them while you fly.
Like
So is this game exploration, puzzle, or is there combat?
Well, there's no combat as such, but what I like to compare it as a genre is, if you guys remember like old point and click adventure games, this is kind of like a VR take on those. It's in first person, but it has very much exploration focus and puzzle focus and narrative focus as well, right? So it kind of develops in a similar way when you play it.
Yeah, but we're a little bit more loose with the format, so as compared to classic point and click, here's free movement, there's also potential to die, and there are some sequences later in the game that you wouldn't have been doing in the classic game, in the classic adventure, because they require timing and a little bit of like hide and seek and things like that. Not hide and seek, but well, you have to hide, otherwise, yeah, you get eaten. I've never seen that in an adventure game. Maybe one of these really old ones where you could die a lot.
You'll get gored to death by velociraptors.
It can happen.
Speaking
It's
of which-
actually scary. It's really scary.
Speaking of which, how is that blood and gore pack coming along?
The blood and gore pack. Yeah, that's a problem. Well, in VR, most things are a little bit too immersive for that kind of thing. So whenever stuff like that happened accidentally, people already freaked out. Like there was a bug, I think I told it once before, that Laika could actually be killed by physics. She can't be anymore, but it was possible, and she turned into a proper ragdoll, and it was incredibly sad.
That Laika? No.
Yeah, but it's not in the game anymore. We fixed
Okay,
it.
good.
You made her immortal.
Kind of.
You made it more. Oh god. Okay, and somebody's asking that, like, saying that the dinosaurs have like little touch in the design, like they're not normal, proper scientific BBC dinosaurs.
Wait a second.
Nat Geo
Hold your
dinosaurs.
horses.
So why not take the look from Jurassic Park or something?
But we don't have that IP license.
Hmm.
So first of all, second of all, no, actually nobody knows what dinosaurs used to look like aside from the bones. I mean, a lot of people are speculating, a lot of people lately are thinking feathers. I also said feathers, and then he said forget about it because we can't render that many feathers.
Hey, no, just blaming me for that.
No, actually, it was a design decision. We wanted to make those creatures look a little bit more readable. The evil guys are more evil, the good guys are better, and just in general, this is not Earth. We decided to go to space because that's where dinosaurs naturally exist still. And also, we kind of thought, you know, if it's always you compare it to real life or something you've seen before, then you always go like, that's not exactly how I thought it would be, or that's not the size I thought it would be. So we went basically and made it different so you can look at it for the first time when you play Robinson. So these long necks, they just look different because that's a lot more amazing to encounter.
But unlike the dinosaurs, our robots like Higgs are very scientifically accurate. They totally exist in real life, and yeah, I mean, if you haven't met one yet, just go on the street. I'm sure that.
Exactly, they're all. We scanned those. Actually, a lot of people these days think games like these are still handmade, but it's all scanned, all photogrammetry. Photogrammetry is a technique where you go outside with a digital camera and scan an object, and we did that for the dinosaurs too.
Oh, cool. Where did you find them?
Senckenberg Museum. Only parts though. We had to kind of like, yeah, you have to touch up these assets. You know, if you have a bone, you still need to make a face and then the character and write the story. It's actually a lot of work. Actually, something about the art direction of this game, something you don't notice. This game is in no way actually procedural at all. It's all handmade. It's a little bit like a model train set. Everything is hand placed. Every little mushroom you find, we were like sculpting and placing. This has none of this flair of just generated environment, and that's very intentional because the people look at the details so carefully. We wanted everything to be more or less unique. You'll not find a lot of copies in the game world. It's all handmade, and this is both for this adventure flavor. You know, you want to have this handcrafted world feel, but also because in VR you really need that amount of detail. You look at him, he's just looking around for like, what, 2 minutes now? He's not doing much. Probably he's trying to figure out how to get down.
But
from
that's kind of what VR
No, I went
is
up
for. You just
to
want to
collect
look around.
the
'cause
stuff
it's so
Angela
pretty.
missed.
But since you mentioned a train set, I think it's worth pointing out that all this detail especially comes into a special highlight when you enter the Higgs view, which I think Basti did earlier, but maybe he can show it again. Because in VR, we render this in a way that it gives you this miniaturized view of the world. And this entire world,
Hey.
entire jungle, as it is, just scaled down into this like miniaturized version. So it looks like a toy in front of you. And it really gives you that train set feel, like it's like a model in front of you. And it's still alive, everything is still moving in it. You can even see yourself in it. I think somebody else.
Robin stands in the world, yes.
Hey, X.
Hicks, what up?
He doesn't want to give me the X view. It's X, right?
Oh no, you don't do it there. You do it while you're at the bottom position. So you
Yeah.
have a.
I think I'm done up here, right? I found the thing.
you can go down and activate.
Okay. Angela.
Mm-hmm.
You missed it all, seriously.
Well, how is this my
Could
fault?
you ever take that stuff serious, please?
Nah. Why?
About the Higgs view, I mean, like a little information bubble how games are made. That was kind of a prototype because we thought about how would outside perspectives work in the game. Could they help us do other things? But we didn't know what to do with it. but it was so cool. It was so nice to see the world in miniature world. We had to find a reason for it. We had to have it in the game. And we fought very hard for it because it's not easy. You cannot just implement it like that. You have to also build the new level limits and stuff like that. And we found a really good reason to do it. These energy puzzles, because they now help Robin and Hicks work together.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Oops.
No!
Died
Well,
again.
they told me when I was a kid that you just don't have to move because they cannot see you.
That's for the
That's
T-Rex.
a T-Rex.
Yeah.
It's same difference.
No.
Not
that-
exactly, but well. No, I'm wrong, right? No, I have to go this far.
Yeah,
You can go wherever
You
you
can
want.
jump down.
It's an
Jump
open
down.
world.
you could literally jump down when you...
I did that before.
No, you can
Ended
jump
poorly.
and then land on the other vine.
Ah.
But you need skills for that, like
I'm
Angela.
not putting up skills today.
Yay!
Robin, look out!
Yo, okay. Keep going. Keep going.
Actually, I don't
going.
know what you need to do.
Well,
You
keep
be
going.
just fast. Yeah, I think
Keep
you
going.
can be really fast.
Keep going. Bye bye.
Very
I can
good.
See you
hear
later.
Kane laughing. Good job, Basti.
Keep going.
You're lucky he didn't want
You
to snack.
survived. Another day on Tyson 3.
How big is the Robinson team?
How big is the team? So at least 8.
8.
Yeah.
It's gonna be my number. It's actually when you make a game like this, there's a ramp on, a production phase, and a ramp off at the end. So in the beginning, when there's still concept finding, people like Mato that you met earlier are more involved than the concept artists, and then you have the full team, everybody from code to art to anything in between. Jumps in and works on the actual production, and then later in the last phase it's mostly the coders and QA working really hard, and the artists start to support more marketing. So at peak time we could say the game was 50 to 60 people strong here in Frankfurt in the studio, but it's very hard to judge because, for example, the entire audio team is a separate team in Frankfurt that we basically use on a per project basis. So these guys, they sit on the other side of the building and they work on all kinds of games for us. And we basically use them. So that's why I say 50 to 60. It's not that we can't count. It's actually I can't. That's why I'm an
it's
artist.
not part-
Exactly, that's why
you
you're
don't
not
need to
right,
count
right?
for your job. Yeah, so it's okay.
We're hilariously bad at math.
Let's do some random Robinson facts. I have no idea if you guys can answer that, but how many, like roughly, estimate of different entities
8.
of creatures are set in the jungle area?
You mean like in the jungle
Over
area
there,
only?
overall, how many entities of creatures are here? Like we have at least.
I don't know about entities, but I can tell you that
Let's
at
say
any,
more.
at any given point in the jungle you can see 60 dynamic light sources.
60.
Yeah,
That is
or
impressive.
roughly 50 to 60. I mean, I can't count either. But
So about the amount of creatures, that's really, we don't know, because the people who place the creatures, they work long nights. They were the cinematic designers. They have sneaked a lot of content into this game where I don't even know where it is.
and the only time we actually pay attention to that is when the frame rate drops. then go
Yeah, now we
after
call
them.
them up. Like, guys, are there like 7 pangolins on that one branch? Are you sure?
But that's something you have to keep in mind. Like when designing VR games, this game runs at 60 FPS.
Mhm.
There's 16 different light sources.
60, but okay.
60.
1 per frame.
Six
Coincidence.
different light sources. 1 light source per frame. And
Talking about handmade.
1,000 armadillos.
Yeah.
Those are
Achieved
crazy.
with CryEngine.
Suffered
wait.
dragonflies. And the look at this bird.
It's a real bird.
Okay. Can you imagine if it was a real bird?
Did you know
and it, like,
pangolins are real
crashed
animals
against it?
actually? They walk on 2 feet. They are also prehistoric. We actually researched a lot of
Pangolins?
these.
It's like
they're called
penguins?
Pangolin.
Pangolin.
But like penguin.
These
Penguin.
guys in front of you,
Yeah,
yeah.
these guys.
Yeah.
This
cute.
guy, it's not armadillo?
No.
No.
You're not?
Nope.
You're not an armadillo?
I'm
you lied
sorry.
to me.
Check your infotarium.
Exactly,
Come
it says there in the text. There's a lot to learn actually. I mean, first we learned and then we wanted to
Get the feeling Angela is better in scanning.
Perfect.
No.
You're not so good
No.
with the buttons.
No!
on. It's
You,
surprising.
you
for-
press the big.
I thought your community
one,
manager
the
guys are
biggest,
very good with
actually.
buttons, but
See, even the chat is telling you how to say it. Pangolin. Come
Pa-
on.
pangolin?
Yes.
They're really
pangolin.
cool. They actually look up YouTube videos of how they run.
Where's the pangolin? Hello, pangolin.
I think
Hermit
you're
crab. I like
left.
the hermit crab.
No,
I get-
bottom there.
I think
Pangolin.
you speak by experience when saying that you were looking at YouTube videos to see how they are.
Pangolin. Genus. Fully Dota. Size meters. Insects in style.
Wait, that's-
Yes,
Environment
that's what they
subtropical. Pangolins are covered in a protective armor of keratin scales, a unique trait among mammals. That's the stuff your nails are made from, right?
Yep.
They have large, strong, prehensile tails, which they use to hang from tree branches and most likely as clubs when they...
By the
What?
way,
They use their
the
tails
word
as
prehensile,
clubs?
Seriously.
Yeah, I can give you a short insight of what
They club each other with their tails.
potentially. I didn't see that on YouTube. Actually, I want to watch that on YouTube now. I want to watch that on Twitch Live.
I want to see that.
Anyway, this Infatarium, this section, we had a version of this where the text was not written by. This is, by the way, Higgs's opinion on a lot of things. So.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Because you're in Higgs. If you look around to your left, by the way, you see Higgs's brain. This is his
Guys,
eye. It's one big.
It's your part in chat, all fans, to decipher the code
So
of the snowstorm.
if you actually he has 3 emotional cores: Snowball, Snowstorm, and Snow White, I think.
Don't give away everything.
This is actually how he works. Technically, there's nothing to find out. You just look at it, and also you see that he thinks in cats. He is a qubit-powered computer, so a quantum computer, and there are little cat icons flying in circles around his eye.
See, that I didn't even know.
You didn't know that?
I was distracted by the fact that this Higgs this Higgs menu was actually the most expensive part of the game for a long time because our art director made it out of like 1 million polygons.
A lot more than that, actually. It was because this was based on the actual high poly model of Higgs. You can see that in our marketing material. Higgs is not just a ball. We know exactly what he looks like on the inside.
Yeah.
So if you ever wonder where gaming budget goes to, ask Pascal.
They're right
Usually the art director's
For
fault.
example, just like you basically look from the inside out, so you see his big CMOS sensor there right in front. This is his main scanner, and he has 2 stereo cameras. These are the big round things up top there. On the lower left is his projector. There's a good explanation, I think, on Facebook.
And all of that is modeled.
Yes.
Nothing in that is actually textured. It's all pure polygons.
No, you need the geometry, man. It's VR.
If you really look closely, you can see the glass behind the camera sensors and stuff.
Yeah, there's some levels. For example, inside the pod you can get closer to Higgs because he has no place to fly away from you. But he has actually pretty good pathfinding in AI.
No!
And unlike you, who
Yeah.
could use some pathfinding.
Wait, I missed the Higgs unit again, right?
I'm not sure, did you scan the blue one?
Didn't you scan it already?
I think I scanned it.
If you
But
scanned
it's
it,
not in my...
oh, you
No,
looked
you
at
need to
it. If
scan
you would
the
have listened
pangolins
to what
first.
Higgs has said,
No, I haven't.
there's a part missing. So this guy in there, talking about how Higgs units work, actually, they have something called an emotional core, and you need to find it. And one of these guys up there may have something to do. There it is!
Oh!
By the way, and if you see, this emotional core, have you found it also in the pod area? There's another one.
That's the Leica Stuto, isn't it?
Exactly, and we put that in one of the gloves from another suit, and this is his tutor. So by the way, this blue science mission Higgs unit, these are pictures that he saw before he dyed it. And he dyed it by Raptor. And this is his last photos. And then he was also torn apart by the pangolins.
That is
What?
depressing.
But the pangolins are cute.
They're also dangerous. They disassemble Higgs units.
And they slap you with their
They-
club tail.
They disassemble humans.
No dying. Unless he jumps off of the tree again, then no more dying. We should have stats.
Actually, that's a good idea. How many times it died?
Didn't even last the
Done.
night.
Cool,
And
we
I'm no
found it.
closer to finding other
So
survivors.
I have
Not every
kind of
Higgs
bad
unit
news.
is as
It's
capable as
7 minutes until 6.
Oh.
No!
But it
Almost
also
there.
means we have 7 more minutes.
That's a PR way of phrasing it, right?
There's good and bad. Ah, no!
You're really not so good at this.
Thank you.
Poor Basti. Pray for Basti.
When Angela's doing things, everything is fine. Everyone loves it. When she's just like scanning her own stuff for 30 minutes stops without like finding the Higgs units or doing whatsoever of any use.
I have
But
blue
when
hair.
I'm
Come
doing
on.
stuff,
It's a hair thing.
just
It's a
kidding.
hair thing, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's funny if you know what these levels used to look like while we worked on them. The first thing we do is it's a white box layout. And
Yeah.
for most of your production time, you see white box stuff.
Follow me.
And only in the last few weeks you see the final high polished art come all together. And you are like the players, they only see that, and for us it's kind of weird. Like I remember that tree was for a very long time just a big white block. I remember that.
Who am I going to
Oh.
look
This is
after now?
basically
I thought seriously, Robin.
unbelievable. This man.
Robin,
Carry on this way.
There's another slide down. You don't have to actually, I think, climb down the tree. You can also slide. Not this one.
Oh, this is the cutest thing. Somebody says
What was the cutest thing?
my 11-year-old son loves this game. His name is Robin too.
That's amazing.
That's perfect. Have we explained why Robin is called Robin and the game is called Robinson?
No.
Then play the game, you'll find out. Actually,
Ba-doom.
we can hint at it a little bit. It has something to do with his name tag, but yeah, complicated.
Leave some stuff for people playing the game.
Yes, exactly. There's a lot of stuff.
All right.
Or as Meta was like, yeah, please at least like tease Easter eggs. No,
But please, no.
because we
You
tend
want?
to
No.
hide Easter eggs in games.
Now we're looking at that pangolin.
Somebody's asking, this is...
I'm totally amazed by the penguins.
Is this a how not to play Robinson stream?
It takes some getting used to. I mean, the walking is simple, but the climbing takes actually skill. So people were, when we showed them the game in the beginning, they asked in pod area of this, is the game always that easy? And we're like, no, that's just,
No.
you get used to it, and then we give you actual challenges later on. It's the classic, we show you a mechanic and then ask you to repeat it later thing. And it gets, of course, trickier. It also gets gradually darker and more scary. You've also seen we're now in the jungle, which is already kind of getting like bluish, darkish tinted, and things are also more dangerous. You can die just from falling, and from then on the game also goes darker and darker. And it's all at your own pace. Very intentional decision to start in a very comfortable, very warm egg-shaped pot, and then you go out into the world and explore and go into the big dark spaceship wreckage full of raptors and other things. Can't even spoil that, should I?
No.
That's
It gets
fine. There was
scary.
a teaser.
It
That's
gets
okay.
scary. But if you ever watch Jurassic Park and you wish you were in that kitchen with the kids, you may get a chance to do that.
Also, if you ever wish to be in that, you kind of
Who are you?
whatever
Yeah.
please you. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Call
exactly,
me.
like, why
You
would
need
you?
help.
Can you eat dinosaurs in the game?
Eat?
No. You can eat fish
Well,
dinosaurs.
if we call the fish a dinosaur,
The fish
Yeah,
are
exactly.
prehistoric,
technically, yes.
So technically.
you can't eat prehistoric. Next question.
Laika is by the vegetarian, she eats potatoes.
Oh, right, yeah.
There is not a question. It says Portugal.
Woo! I know who that wrote. We have
What?
Portuguese on the team.
Yes. Me also. Kind of.
Portugal.
Portugal. Woo! Very multicultural.
So, guys, it's your final last chance to ask a question. If you have any questions to our art director or technical director. Also, I'm curious. Like as I said, all your feedback, the stuff you liked, from which part ever of the game, how you experienced the story of Robin on the Journey. Share with us on Twitter, on Reddit, everywhere. We will have a forum up soon. We'll
And
also announce that on
don't
social
spoil
media.
the others. For the
Don't
end.
spoil.
Yeah. Just
Don't tell them that Laika will die at the end.
in a horrific car accident in a flashback
Exactly.
scene in Los Angeles.
Exactly. And that Higgs was bad guy all along.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why he has that top hat. Oh, I spoiled the top hat.
And never listen to us when it comes to stuff like this. When it
Not
comes to
true. By the way, Higgs is white because he's from the crew. Did you know that?
I was gonna ask about the colors. Like,
There was
why
something
all the
about
Higgs
colors
have
and Higgs
different
units,
colors?
right?
Different Higgs units have different colors.
Yes. Yeah, the blue one you just scan the science mission, and the white ones are crew. Because if you look at the concept art that you can unlock by playing the game, you see everybody from the crew wore like cruise ship uniforms, white. He's actually just of service.
There's a lot of stuff to explore.
Yeah.
So I think that wraps it up, right? Unfortunately, but it's launch day.
Woo! We need
might-
to play the game too. I mean,
Exactly. We might be done with
Gonna-
the
we're gonna head
stream,
home.
but we're not done with the game. Thanks for everyone watching. Thanks, guys, for you joining us in the stream, giving some insight about your contribution to the game and how we made Robin on the Journey. Thanks, Angela, for scanning everything.
And
I
congratulations
appreciate-
to all the winners.
Absolutely. Congratulations. Enjoy the game. And thanks for everyone being here. We had a blast, right? I had good fun
was
watching
fun.
you scanning stuff.
Thank you. I had good fun watching you die
Yeah,
several
exactly.
times.
It was the highlight of the day. So
Getting useful insights about technical direction of the game, art design, level design, game design. What are producers doing again? Producing
Stuff?
stuff.
Meetings.
Yes.
Meetings, answering emails.
I bet they still watching. I
Yeah.
might get called
As
into an
is
office
here.
after the show. Yeah, that was great. So that was it for today. As I said, we will have a forum up soon. We will share the details with you about that on Twitter. Keep us in the loop. Enjoy the game. Save Robin. Don't trust Hick. No, I'm kidding. Be nice to Laika.
Trust Higgs, he's a good guy. I know I disassembled him once. It's good on the inside.
Thanks,
Scary.
Robbie.
Thanks, Pascal.
Alright.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Right.
Bye.